Pompeo takes aim at China after Trump tariff hit. Bangkok AP, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Friday hit out at China for predatory trade practices and human rights abuses that harm economic development. 4. A day after President Donald Trump intensified pressure on China to reach a trade deal by announcing the imposition of new U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports, Pompeo told an audience in Bangkok that Asian nations are best served by private Americans, rather than state. Such investment is often orchestrated by Beijing for political purposes, he said, calling trade. R. Pompeo urged countries in the region to shun China until it reforms its practices and cited ongoing pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong as an example of how authoritarian rule can threaten economies. Trump on Thursday said he would impose 10% tariffs as of September 1 on the remaining $300 billion in Chinese imports he hasn't already taxed. The move he had already imposed 25% tariffs on $250 billion in Chinese products, and Beijing retaliated by taxing $110 billion in U.S. goods. Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi, with whom Pompeo met on Thursday on the sidelines of an Asian security forum they are both attending, denounced the tariffs in comments to reporters. Pompeo, however, placed the blame for the situation squarely on Beijing. China's Wednesday. China's economy is entering a new on Hong Kong, which Trump has said is primarily a matter for China. Pompeo demurred when asked if the U.S. would intervene in the event that China sends in troops to quell pro-democracy protests. Pompeo said the U.S. has a long tradition of supporting people's rights to free speech and peaceful protest, and that those freedoms enhanced prosperity and development.
Smoking, no cooking the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.